If you're sick of the two-party system and you'd like to see it replaced with something better like ranked choice voting, this is a step-by-step guide for how to do that. And since you're from Florida, I'm going to follow an example for that state. First step is to educate yourself on the rules in your state. Some states allow citizen-led ballot initiatives, Florida is one of them, and others require legislative action in which lawmakers must draft and pass the bill. If you live in a state that has banned ranked choice voting, you must first repeal the amendment that banned it, and that's going to be a different topic for a different video. But if you're from a state where you can gather signatures and get it on the ballot, the first thing you should do is find like-minded people and start building allies and build a coalition. Join different groups, find out if anybody is already fighting for ranked choice voting in your state. There's going to be other people that feel the same way that you do, and you need to start drumming up interest and support and talking about it ceaselessly if you want to get the support needed to get it to pass. Once you have a team to work with to get ranked choice voting on the ballot, next step is to develop a proposal and draft the text. This is where it might be helpful to have an attorney or someone who knows what type of language to use. There are lots of helpful handbooks online that go into initiative, petition, all the steps, because each state is different. Developing the proposal has to use certain language and it has to meet a lot of different criteria, which is why it's important to look up what's required of it in your state. But if the proposal meets all the criteria and it has been submitted and reviewed and is finalized, it's time to start gathering signatures. This also varies by state. There's usually a set number based on a percentage of votes cast in the last election. You must gather valid signatures in a required time frame, and the signatures must be verified by election officials. And once enough valid signatures are certified, the measure goes on the ballot for voters to decide. And then you start campaigning. This can be through public education, grassroots outreach, fundraising. You're gonna have to really push it if you want to get people to vote on it. And even if you get through all of these steps, there still might be some legal challenges to handle. And even when it's passed, there still has to be work done to prevent people from trying to overturn it. Now, I never said this was going to be easy, and I'm not telling you all of this to try to discourage you. I just want people to understand that there are ways to move away from the two-party system, but it takes work. Choosing not to vote for either candidate because you don't like either of them does not solve anything. It's not action, it's just inaction. Choosing to vote for candidates who are guaranteed to lose might make you feel better, but again, that's not actually helping anybody. I'm going to do everything in my power to appeal the amendment that has banned ranked choice voting in my own state and then try to get it on the ballot so that we can move away from the two-party system. But until that's done, I'm going to vote for whatever candidate is going to cause the least amount of harm because I care about people. But if that's not something you're willing to do and you want candidates that you actually like, then it's time to get to work.